So good to be with you guys for our next daily devotion. We are in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11. We are in the Hall of Faith looking at different individuals, men and women, who have exhibited great faith, trusting in God, the promises that God gave them in their time. And these are now examples for you and I to see how they walked by faith. And one of the biggest questions that we did as we began this chapter, and this goes back to a sermon I actually gave. So if you need an opportunity to jump in a little bit deeper, the question at hand is, where did these people get such tremendous faith? Did they self-develop it themselves, kind of like working out, and they just went to the gym and they just got stronger and better, and they worked on their faith and they just got stronger and better in their faith? Or is faith a gift from God? And that's what we argued in the sermon. So I'd love for you to check that out. So these men and women who have exhibited such great faith in God, we have to realize have also been given the gift of faith. And we linked and tied that gift of faith being to that gift as it relates to salvation. So let's look at one person, but then it really is two people, but the event doesn't really talk about it. In our people today is going to be Joshua and Rahab. So verse 30, by faith, Hebrews 11, by faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after they had been encircled for 7 days. I love this story. This is one of those moments where, God gives Joshua and the people that are following Joshua, the Israelites, a commandment or a promise. Do this, walk around these walls, and you're going to do it for 7 days, and you're going to blow the trumpets, and you're going to shout out, and then you're going to repeat again the next day, and repeat again the next day. And it seems like it would be such a useless moment. Like, why would God have them do it? But on the seventh day, walk around, they shout, the trumpets blow, and the walls fall down. Then they're able to rush into the city. And as they rush into the city, they take capture of the city. This is the first moment as they enter into the promised land. So by faith, they trusted God, even though it didn't make sense. There's no way they could look at this and go, this makes perfect sense. Like it logically is going to play out. They had to walk in this understanding that God promised it. We must trust him, even if it doesn't make sense for us. And that's just a great lesson for you and I to learn. There's going to be moments in the scriptures that God's going to say, I want you to be faithful. I want you to be obedient to do this. Or maybe God has a personal word for you as the Holy Spirit has spoken to you through prayer or through the word. And you must do something. Or the Holy Spirit's nudged you. And you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I should talk to that person, or I don't know if I should do this thing, or I don't know if I should pursue that. And sometimes we're not going to know the final answer. We don't know at the end of the story. We just need to walk into it by faith. So that's what they did at the walls of Jericho. So that was verse 30. Verse 31, by faith, Rahab the prostitute. Interesting that we have a prostitute here in the scriptures being elevated to a person of great faith and her example. And who is Rahab? Well, before they came into Jericho, she made sure that she would tie that red scarlet on her window to make sure that when she came in, that she would be saved and protected, because she took care of the spies when they first came into town. So that was the faith that she had. By faith, Rahab the prostitute did not perish with those who were disobedient, because she had given a friendly welcome to the spy. So two great examples on a great story from the book of Joshua, which I really encourage you to read if you get an opportunity to. Faith is a gift that God has given to you and I, but we are called as his vessels to exercise this faith, this gift that God's given to us. And so I think our challenge today is God's going to ask you and I to step out in things in faith. And even if it doesn't make full sense, we should walk into it because we want to be faithful to the Lord. I look forward to our sermon coming up tomorrow, where we're going to kind of wrap up the book of Hebrews chapter 11 and really dig into the final details of what it means to have faith, how one is saved through faith, grace through faith. And I hope it'll be really challenging. So I hope you can join me for that. God bless you guys. Until next time.